What's going on, guys? My name is Garrett, and today I want to talk about how I get inspired for designing certain apps or personal projects of mine, and basically what sparks my interest and what gets me to do things the way I do them when it comes to designing anything for mobile devices or web design or whatever it may be, print design, whatever it is. So I was I'm super into the USC football, and I have the normal game day app that is on the App Store for free that you can get, and they kind of have this like really red and yellow design, and I think overall I think it works, but for me it's too much of a it's too bright for me. I don't know why. It hurts my eyes. Anyways, um, I'm just going to show you. This is a redesign of that app that I've been working on personally, and I just want to show you what inspired me to do things on here that and where I got my ideas basically for doing the things that I did on this the format and the layout and then the style of this app and where I'm going with it. So as you can see, I have this kind of grid, two-column grid here for the layout of the home page basically. So you'd open the app and then you'd come to this page and you would have an area for the countdown till game time, the roster of the team, game day for certain scores, and the actual score of the current game that's being played, the stadium, which is the Coliseum, and the schedule that the team has and which games have been played, and then your live stats for when the game is currently going on. So I have this kind of grid set up, and actually what inspired me to do this is I use Spotify a ton, and I've gone ahead and taken a screenshot. And when you go to the browse section on in Spotify, they kind of have this like square layout here for, and they have like an icon, and basically these are just categories for music. And so I was listening to some Boxer Rebellion, and then I was going on and I was, looking for certain categories of music. I was going to go for a run or something, so I was going to work out, and so I just took a screenshot of this because I like how simple it is for searching for music, and I kind of brought that into my app here for doing how I wanted to lay this out. And basically, if there were more items, you could scroll down and just keep scrolling. And I believe on the actual app that is available, there are a lot more areas. Like they have social media, and then they have a blog and all that stuff. But I just did what you can see right when you open the app, and you can't really scroll on a JPEG. So, and then secondly, I want to show you what kind of inspired me to do it in this sort of style. And personally, I'm not a huge fan of the whole flat design trend that's going around. I really like to see depth in design. I think it makes it more interesting. Not that flat design it isn't. Flat design is really cool if it's done right. It can really pop, which is kind of also pretty interesting since it's flat and they can really make it pop. But I think with how much power we have with these programs today, and really understanding light logic and just making things look so real when they're actually not real, or per se, you could say it that way. But for example, this is something I found on a website called, let's see, I believe it was UI Parade. Yeah, it's called a day switch, and I scanned this just because I love looking at things that look super real, stuff like this. So basically, I saw this and I was like, wow, this is really cool looking. I love all the subtle highlights, the subtle shadows, this little subtle glow that you can see in here. This got a little glow going on. These subtle strokes, subtle cast shadows, stuff like that, which really, they're so subtle, but if you back up, it really makes it pop. These sliders really pop. So basically, I just kind of went ahead and just made just copied it, just that style, and then brought it into my design here. So as you can see, this is a little on the flatter side because I was going for what Spotify has here. But then I wanted to make these icons pop. So as you can see, if you come up here, I have this kind of dot texture, and then I have this icon with the subtle highlight and the subtle drop shadow, and then also on the 3-bar pull out here for going to the side menu, you can see that it has the very subtle drop shadows and subtle highlights. And then if I go to let's see, let's back out here, and then if I go to the countdown, I've really taken this, and I just love how you're almost using their colors, or you're basically using the colors of the team and the colors of the school as just really like accent colors to really pop off this gray and black background, which is why I liked this design so much, and why the other design that they currently have, which is pretty much all red and yellow, nothing really pops. So I really like it when things can just pop off the screen and really just increase that whole eye candy aspect that we're trying to go with as UI designers. So as you can see, I've on this bottom button here, I've really enhanced this whole highlights on this top bit, highlight on the button, drop shadow down below, highlights here, and then even on here I've got this highlight on these buttons here and these drop shadows. And so it just really makes the design pop, and that's one main thing about doing design that is really important, is you really, like, you can just, this is at 100% right here, and you can just barely see this highlight. And what I see a lot of beginners doing when they're designing is they're designing their things in on their highlights, they're making them really white, and it just looks, I can understand where they're coming from, but it's so obvious that it will actually make the object, it will make the object flatten out. So if you can just really be subtle with all of your drop shadows and all of your highlights, I mean, it's little things that people won't really notice, but they'll notice it, but they won't realize they're noticing it. So the reason why this looks so real is because of all the subtle details. But if you didn't know anything about design and UI design and making eye candy buttons and stuff like this, they wouldn't understand why it's looking that way. It's just the way that that we perceive depth. So I just wanted to go through and kind of show you guys how I get inspired for what I want my certain apps to look like and designs to look like. And it really doesn't have to be anything similar to what you're doing. Like, this is music and then this is sports. So I mean, there's really there sometimes doesn't have to be any correlation to what you're designing. I was just going for layout here, but I'm doing it for a sports app, and as you can see, you have the home here, and so I'm just going about doing my designs. This page isn't finished, and this isn't a finished product here, but just everything, that all the UI design concepts and all the little shadows and highlights, I just want to point out, are super subtle. So yeah, thanks for watching, guys. If you are new, please subscribe, and if you like the video, please leave a like. If you have any questions, go ahead and comment in the comment section, and definitely take a look at my other videos. And yeah, again, thanks for watching, and take it easy.